His proposal became so cheap it turned into embarrassing. My fiancé mocked on Instagram Live. However, his circle of relatives' cash will make up for his pathetic self. She didn't understand I was looking from a burner account. I failed to say a phrase. Simply took the hoop again at the same time as she slept and canceled. Each supplier my side paid for. The following morning, she awoke to a observe I left on her pillow. She's been crying and begging me to talk ever on the grounds that 6 weeks in the past, I proposed to Catherine, my lady friend of 3 years. No longer a few complex flash mob or jumbotron display, simply us on the lakeside cabin my grandfather left me. The hoop was my grandmother's, platinum band with a 1.5-carat diamond. Own family heirloom, irreplaceable. Catherine stated yes, cried. Published the compulsory ring PC well-known stuff. Rapid forward to closing Thursday, I was working late. Scrolling through Instagram on my spoil after, I observed Catherine changed into stay. This was uncommon. She rarely is going stay without making plans at first. I failed to want to alert her by joining with my account. So I switched to my anonymous Finsta that I exploit to comply with athletes and investment bills. There she became, wine glass in hand. Sitting in our apartment along with her 2 friends, Melissa and Jen. They were giggling. Already several beverages in. I grew to become up the extent. Show it once more, Melissa was pronouncing. Allow each person see. Catherine held her hand to the digital camera, wiggling her fingers. The hoop, she sighed dramatically. His concept became so reasonably priced it became embarrassing. No photographer, no restaurant, now not even a respectable speech. They all laughed. My stomach dropped. But his family cash will make up for his pathetic self, she endured. Agree with me as soon as we're married. I won't must vote to care approximately his boring funding task. Or the one's lousy fishing trips. Melissa chimed in. While does the prenup verbal exchange occur? Catherine smirked. Already dodged it. Told him it harmy feelings that he'd even recall it. You ought to have visible his face like he'd kicked a doggy. And the house? Jen requested. Grandfather's lakeside assets. Worth as a minimum $1.2 million. Once we are married, I am renovating that outdated unload and hosting proper events. I sat there. Looking this lady I thought I loved screen, who she surely changed into. She kept going, detailing how she'd restoration my appearance, limit visits with my university buddies, and remodel our condominium to put off my cheesy sports memorabilia. The final straw and his mom, Catherine laughed, rolling her eyes. Always calling, continually checking in. That's getting shut down the minute I have that ring legally locked in. My mom, who battled cancer closing YR, who Catherine had hugged and promised to run charity 5Ks with. I didn't comment, didn't react. Simply closed the app and completed my work. Drove domestic in complete calm. Catherine become asleep after I arrived. Wine bottle empty at the counter. Engagement ring positioned in its dish through the sink. Careless with some things she claimed to cherish. I took the hoop at the same time as she slept. Then I opened my PC and began systematically dismantling our wedding plans. Canceled the venue my mother and father had paid the deposit for. Emailed the caterer, the florist, the DJ, all paid through my facet. Transferred my part of our joint savings to my personal account. Referred to as my family's legal professional. Inside the morning, before leaving for work, I positioned a notice on her pillow. I noticed your Instagram Live. The ring is with a person who surely values it. Do not touch me again. My telephone started out blowing up around 9 a.m. First harassed texts, then panicked calls, then indignant voicemails. I blocked her wide variety by way of noon. Then her buddies started calling. Blocked them too. She confirmed up at my workplace. Protection did not permit her beyond the lobby. I stayed with my college roommate for 2 weeks whilst she cleared her matters out of my condo, had the locks changed, employed a moving agency to present her stuff and supply. It to her dad and mom house, clinical, green, final. The aftermath was predictable. Mutual pals calling for my side of the story. Her tearful posts about how I misunderstood and overreacted. Her mother calling my mother, looking to broker peace. I stayed silent. No social media rants. No mudslinging. Just walked away. It has been 6 weeks now. Catherine's friends have became on her. Seems Jen's boyfriend saw the live too, and showed her exactly how she'd been mocked as well. Catherine's misplaced her marketing activity, after displaying up inebriated and causing a scene. In keeping with mutual buddies, she's moved lower back in along with her parents, 3 hours away. The ring sits in my grandfather's fishing field on the lake house, right where it belongs. The day before today, I obtained a handwritten letter from Catherine. 10 pages of apologies, motives, guarantees to exchange. Claims that she became just playing it up for her friends and failed to mean any of it. Says she misses me each day. Begs for some other hazard. I drove to the lake house that evening, letter in hand. Sat on the dock for a while thinking about the entirety. Then I burned it in the hearth of the previous unload she turned into so keen to renovate. Some betrayals cannot be undone. Some revelations can't be unseen. I dodged a bullet and that I are aware of it. No quantity of tears modifications who she confirmed herself to be when she idea. I wasn't looking. Replace 3 weeks later. Thank you for all of the messages of aid. Quick comply with up because many asked. Catherine's marketing campaign to win me lower back has escalated. She created a public Instagram particularly to submit memories of our courting, tagging mutual buddies hoping they may show me. These posts with no trouble omit how she definitely felt, approximately the one's moments. The fishing ride she referred to as primitive and dull on her herb phrases. Live is now captioned, lacking our special adventures. She's approached my mother at church 2 times. Mother closed that down at once. Advised her that all people who would mock a most cancer survivor doesn't deserve forgiveness. My mother, the ultimate judge of character, saw via Catherine from day one. Must have listened. Catherine's father confirmed up at my office on Monday. Unlike her, he made it beyond protection, stated he wished to speak man to guy. He simply apologized for her behavior, stated they didn't increase her to be materialistic or cruel, appeared certainly embarrassed. I nearly felt sorry for him. She's made a horrible mistake, he stated. We're getting her counseling. Good, I answered. She needs it, however, no longer for my gain. The maximum pathetic strive. Catherine's friend, Melissa, the same one guffawing at the live, messaged claiming Catherine turned into within the medical institution after an incident. Known as the bluff by using having my legal professional touch sanatorium directly. Marvel, no file of any admission. Low, even for them. I have commenced seeing a therapist to process the entirety. He is supporting me recognize purple flags I ignored. The regular remarks approximately upgrading my dresser. The diffused digs at my hobbies. The way she'd take a look at out once I pointed out work. However, light up around wealthier guys at events. Had dinner with my brother final night time. He admitted the own family in no way quite trusted Catherine's performance. Stated they played alongside because I seemed glad. That stung, but he is right. I used to be performed for a fool. As for dating again, no longer ready. Focusing at the expansion challenge at paintings. Renovating the lake house, but keeping its man or woman intact. Training for a half of marathon with mom for her cancerversary. To the handfuls who've messaged requesting Catherine's Instagram to train her a lesson. Respect the solidarity, but no. She's revealing who she is with none assist from me. The truth continually surfaces sooner or later. Edit awoke to hundreds of messages. Inquiring for greater information about the fallout. The answer is, I don't know a good deal past what friends have told me, and I select it that manner. Smooth breaks heal quickest. However, for those wondering, yes, her pals deserted her separately. While the Instagram stay circulated, I wasn't the only viewer who recorded it. They realized she'd mock them too. Called Jen determined and dateless at 30, when Jen stepped away to use the restroom. Stated Melissa's engagement ring became glaringly cubic zirconia. Given her fiancé's task. Imply human beings hardly ever restrict their meanness to one target. For the ones asking about felony action, none needed. We were not married. The condominium is mine. And I have documented everything in case she tries to spin this as abandonment or emotional abuse. My circle of relatives' lawyer has dispatched one stop and desist regarding her. Contacting my mom, numerous commented that burning her letter was dramatic. Perhaps so. But watching her element plans to isolate me from pals and own family, while spending my money deserved a dramatic reaction. I'm now not bloodless. I'm clean-headed. Remaining component, many have requested about the ring's value past sentimental. It is sincerely quite treasured. Grandpa bought it in 1953, and its vintage putting and splendid readability make it well worth greater than what I'd spend on a new one. But that's not why I took it lower back. I took it as it represents something Catherine may want to in no way recognize. Legacy, dedication, and values that aren't measured in bucks. A few matters ought to in no way be for sale. Self-recognize is one in all them.